Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Matthew Boyle here. My schedule is just now starting to loosen up for the summer season, so I'm excited to get back into writing my fantasy language learning story called Heading into Language Land 2. This is going to be the second edition of the story and the game. I've already been working on it for a couple years, if not more, and it's probably going to take a couple years from today to bring it all together. But I wanted to give you a little taste of what I've been working on. And as you can see, this is the character Zune Vo. He's a new character that's going to be coming out in the second edition. I worked with artist Gabriel Schwepler. He's done amazing work on the first edition of the game. He's still working with me now. He's doing even more pieces for me now on this second game. And what we have here is like a deep sea water element wizard, and he emerges from the depths because he knows that the time has come. He knows a war is brewing on land, and he's coming to join the fight and to help guide some of the other wizards with his wisdom and his power. So he's got 6 arms. He can control and levitate water. Of course, he can swim at great depths. He's going to be a very powerful character. And I wanted to read for you the part that I'm working on in the story that introduces him and talks about him. So this is chapter 3 on Master Zune Vo, Wordwizard. Once, while taking a nature walk not far outside of Wordhaven, I heard a peculiar sound of water splishing and splooshing. Thinking it might be some kind of interesting animal, I climbed quietly and carefully atop a small crest of land. What I found enthralled me but embarrassed me, for it was Master Zune Vo, alone, obviously desiring to train in private. Luckily, I don't think he ever knew I was there, and I left as quietly as I came, but not before witnessing something most remarkable. Master Zune was a watercaller. That meant he had a natural affinity with water and could manipulate it using his magic. When I saw him that day, he was standing in his robes, waist deep in a crystal clear pool, arms outstretched, incanting spells, and succeeding to raise aquatic animals out of that pool, while keeping them unharmed and at peace inside individual blobs of water. He lowered the animals back into the pool, turned to step out, and after leaving the pool, the water which had drenched his robes collected into droplets and drifted away from him autonomously before falling at the bases of thirsty plants, drying his garments in seconds. It was said Master Zune came to life in the deep sea, far south of Wordhaven, beyond the last of the last islands. He had lived for years in stasis within a magical half-air, half-water bubble, underwater, in self-imposed exile from everyone and everything, except the occasional colossus which swam by him gingerly out of deference. But as he himself had said when he first appeared in Wordhaven on that fateful day, and the elders convened on account of it, he knew the time had come. It was time for him to leave the safety of the deep waters, to join the Wordwizards of Wordhaven and to live among them. Reluctant to acquiesce at first, the elders eventually relented due to the all-pervading insight and calm brought about by their strange visitor. After some years more, it was the elders who pushed Zune Vo to take a seat on the council, a placement he finally accepted. The arrival of Zune Vo, along with his ambiguous tellings of a possible future cataclysm, genuinely unsettled the elders initially. But time passed, and what he first said was forgotten by most. He himself, however, did not forget, and the warnings bade by Sarah and I to the council that day must have fit like a missing puzzle piece into his hazy premonitions. Decades spent in Wordhaven, and then that which he had long envisioned was coming into focus, edging closer to reality. So I really enjoy doing this. It's great language practice for me. And I often bounce between the story and the game, the story and the game, the game and the story. Sometimes through writing the story, I get more ideas for things that I want to see in the illustrations for the characters and the places and the weapons. And sometimes through working with the artist and developing, working with the artist is also a sort of dance. They bring ideas to the table. And sometimes ideas come out through the process of making the art that I go back and add into the story. So there's a really awesome interplay or cross pollination between the story and the game, which I really like. There are some small details in the illustrations which are not in the story. There are some details in the illustrations which are in the story, but you might not really if you just looked at the illustrations and didn't read the story, you might not understand what are some of the things you're seeing in the illustrations. So they do go together. I recommend you read the story and ponder and meditate on the cards. Go back and read the story again. This is a similar type thing that I did for Heading into Language Land 1, but now I'm getting even better at this creative process. So I really hope Heading into Language Land 2 is going to be even better. I really want to develop for you guys an effective and fantastical language learning resource package. And if you're interested to come out and game with us, the games are still ongoing. We're playing online every Saturday for free with players from around the world in various languages, and we welcome all levels. Thanks for watching today, guys, and if you want more information, you can visit my website, languagecardgames.com. Bye-bye for now.